You are now live with me, G3, and tonight on a very special Live with G3 episode, we are going to have a very special food and wine pairing episode with, of course, Cochinillo King Marvin Agustin. But before that, I want to thank all of my friends who helped me with this episode, beginning with my new endorsement, my new sponsor. I want to thank Tita Virgie Ramos of Swatch PH for my watch. It's Swatch X MoMA. So it is a Van Gogh. So I was fortunate enough to go to MoMA and see Starry Starry Night by Vincent Van Gogh, and it's in a watch now. So I love it. It's so cute. And I want to thank my friend, of course, Tayo Manila. My friend, I forgot what it's called, but I want to thank Tayo Manila for my dress tonight. It's very cool because there's no aircon. I'm in the kitchen right now. I'm in the kitchen. It's medyo mainit dito. And we are going to start our interview in just a moment. Can you hear me fine? Who's here? So mag-earphones ako kasi baka hindi niyo ako marinig. Medyo mainit eh. We are going to eat tonight. How's that? Can you hear me? Ay, natanggal. So, who is here? Hello. Ayan. Hello? Can you hear me? Bakit may music? Para nag-stop. Sige. Parang in your music. Hello? Can you hear me fine, guys? Hello? Hello from Bangkok. Yes, can you hear me? You can hear me now? For sure, this interview will be the talk of the town. Yong Davalos, there, I remembered her name. Thank you, Yong Davalos, for my dress. It's a very pretty maxi dress. Thank you. We are just waiting for Marvin to come in, and we are going to start our food and wine pairing. Again, thank you, Swatch. Thank you, Tayo Manila, and thank you, Marvin Agustin. So, hello. Wala pa siya. Marvs, you can come in anytime. I started drinking wine now. Cheers! I'm drinking wine tonight, not a mixer. So you wanna see the food that Marvin sent me? Okay. So of course, he sent me chicken there. He sent me beef. And of course, the very famous Cochi by Marvin. Hi, say hi to the pig. Hello. Ayan na, I can see na Marvin. Friends, love, please welcome Cochinillo King, my dear friend, Marvin Agustin. Hello! Hi, Marvs!
Hello!
Okay, super lagpas na siya sa ano ko, sa IF ko, pero go. First time ko matitikman, by Marvin.
Adjust mo na lang yung IF mo.
Adjust ko na lang
ng maaga
kailangan matikman. So I have the Cochi right now. You tell me how to
Wow.
serve it. You can start our chikahan. Sige, tell me how to serve it.
Chop, get a plate.
Meron akong platito kasi maliit lang naman siya. So platito lang, no?
Yeah.
Teka, adjust ko muna yung camera. Para makita.
I'm reserving that very small Cochi for someone special. Ikaw pala yun?
Ako ba yun? Oh my God. So, anong muna natin?
Go! Chop!
Paano? Sa ulo?
Sa gitna. Yan. Yan.
Marv, sobrang crunchy, grabe. Talagang, oh my God, natunaw yung buto. Ito i-reserve ko to sa dad ko tomorrow.
Oh, sana magustuhan
Bakit
niya.
ko pala tinatakpan ng aluminum foil yung tenga pag binibake mo siya?
Baka marinig niyo yung yung fire.
Marinig niyo yung death niya.
So, no, kasi yun yung pinakamalapit sa oven sa heat. So, it gets burned faster. Yan. Paksiw.
Kay Daddy. Okay. So, I will try it for the first time. Siyempre, unahin ko balat. Try ko muna siya without the sausawan.
Actually, hindi siya kailangan ng sausawan. But,
Kaya nga, eh,
so, it's actually more of the juice, roasting juice.
My God. Itong timpla na to, recipe mo to?
Yes. So, it's yung lechon na sobrang favorite ko dito sa Philippines is from Cebu.
Okay.
But of course, that one is inspired by, Cochinillo, Spanish roasting pig, yung suckling pig nila. That I experienced back in 2012 when I went to Madrid in Casa Lucio. It was the best Cochinillo experience ever. And so I kind of, merged my experience there and my favorite lechon here in the Philippines, which is Cebu lechon.
Cebu
So
and then Madrid, okay.
that's the flavor that you don't need sauce for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So habang kinakain mo yung cochinillo, I'm going to make naman truffle rice.
Bagay ang truffle rice, no? Super.
I know! Sana nga pinadala ko din sa ito eh.
Okay lang, hindi ako nagra-rice. Anyway, syempre,
But adlay to.
Cochi
Adlay
by
truffle
Marvin.
rice.
Ayan, sige, patingin. Okay.
Yeah.
So, habang kinakain ko tong Cochi by Marvin.
Nakatingin ka sa rice.
Yeah.
So I'm adding mushrooms, oyster mushrooms.
Okay.
I added already the onions, a bit of olive oil and butter. And now I'm adding adlay.
Okay. Ayan,
Kawawa
adlay
kawawa naman yung mga nanonood ng like you, tapos nang kumain. Gugutumin natin sila ulit.
Nagpaparma lang ako kanina kasi sabi mo magpapadala ka ng food.
Shawarma. Ang sarap. Ayan. And then, walnuts.
Wow!
Pepper. A bit of salt. Truffle paste.
Marks, everyday ka nagluluto, no?
Yes.
Grabe, sobrang productive ng lockdown mo. So, sobrang sumikat yung Cochi mo.
Thank you, Lord, talaga dyan sa Cochi. Of course, I started with, baking, di ba? Baking banana bread and carrot loaf cakes. It was actually just
Bumili mo ako ng cookies.
Yes, cookies. It was actually downtime for the oven kasi bumili ako ng oven. And medyo mahal yung oven, so kailangan i-maximize.
Oo.
Kanina nga kausap ko yung kaibigan ko si Angelo. Sabi niya, paano napunta sa Cochinillo from baking breads and cakes? Sabi ko, diyan na paghahalata na hindi talaga ako baker. I was actually just challenged to bake during, the lockdown. And nung may downtime na ngayong oven, ang naisip kong gawin ay lechon.
Tapos, alam mo kung bakit siya sumikat, Marbs? Feeling ko, theory ko lang to Kasi sobrang sarap mo kumain. Pag pinapanood kita kumain, parang kahit anong kainin mo, gusto kong bilhin. Gusto kong kainin.
Nag-work ang aking
Katakawan.
tsaka yung mga endorsement before na kailangan may workshop pagka with smile.
Oo, sobrang sarap mo kumain.
Yeah. And then it's done.
Wow, that was quick.
So, makakakain na ako with you. Hindi pa rin ako nagde-dinner eh. Nag-IF din ako eh.
Oh, ilang hours ang IF mo?
Kasi, I can actually do it 14 to 16 hours or sometimes more because ako kasi pag nag-start kumain, I can't stop. So, hindi pwede sa akin yung small meals, breakfast, tapos papuntang lunch. Wala. Pag nagsimula ako ng breakfast, buong araw ako kain and that's every minute or every minute talaga or every 30 minutes wala.
Pero Pero Mark, di
Lolobo
ba
ko
ganun
medyo.
naman ang mga Pinoy? Di ba, upo ka ng lunch, tapos hindi ka pa nakakatayo, may merienda na, hindi ka pa kwentuhan-kwentuhan, meron ng mga prutas, ganyan, tuloy-tuloy na, di ba?
I know, habang kumakain, pinag-uusapan ko ano pang kakainin ulit.
Oo, tapos may
Ayusin ko lang
lalagyan
tong camera ko. Yeah. How
Okay,
are
and then
you?
I'm okay. I'm super excited for this episode kasi first time akong kumakain habang nagla-live. Also, you told me na parang yung food na papadala mo, meron siyang wine pairing. I've never really, ako kasi ang favorite
Yes.
food ko in the world, I kid you not, my favorite food in the world is lechon. Kaya ako kumain ng lechon araw-araw. As in, favorite food ko
I
talaga
didn't know
lechon.
that.
Oh, pero
Kasi
kasi favorite ko yung lechon.
nagulat nga ako. Parang
Oh.
tumatanggi ka dun sa lechon. Kaya sabi ko parang baka hindi siya kumakain ng pork. Oh, sabi ko, kaya lang, di ba sabi ko papadala ko sa beef belly.
Oo.
Na-sold out yung beef belly namin. So sabi ko,
Yes
I think
naman. Oh.
it's really a sign na Cochinillo yung padala ko sa'yo.
Alam mo bang pangarap ko talaga matikman yung Cochi mo? Kaya lang, sabi ko, oh my God, if it's just me that's going to eat it, kasi lahat ng tao dito naka-IF, so wala nang kakain yan. Sabi ko, di ko siya maubos, masasayang lang. But good thing, meron kang small portion. Pwede naman siyang i-oven ulit tomorrow. Kasi ito pa, dami pa, oh. So, ito yung kakainin namin bukas. But, what I, like, favorite ko yung lechon, like, favorite ulam ko since back. Meron kasi kaming poultry farm. Di ba? May piggery kami. Hello? Ayan, okay na ba? Gumagalaw ka?
Ayan. Natamaan
Ayan.
yung volume.
So, I was saying na bata pa lang ako talaga, favorite ko yung lechon. Kasi parang ina-associate ko ang lechon with special occasions, pag birthday, pag Pasko, pag New Year, di ba? So, talagang ginto talaga yung lechon. But I never knew that lechon can be paired with wine. Cochinillo, syempre cochinillo, yes, of course. But hindi ko never ko naisip na pinipair siya with wine. So, you sent me 2 bottles of wine also, both from
Argentina.
Boca. Yeah.
Boca, Juan, Filipina.
Boca Juan,
That's from
Filipina. And I have a
that's from our
white
good friend.
from our good friend Carlo
Mm-hmm.
Lorenzana. I have a white and I opened the red first.
Mm-hmm.
So the Cabernet Sauvignon, I opened it first. So I'm trying it. I'm pairing it with the lechon. So I'm trying to see.
Ang galing mo.
I'm trying to
Perfect.
see if the red is more bagay with the Cochi by Marvin. And then
Yes.
I'll try it also with the white.
Yes, kasi mas intense yung red, of course. So it's perfect for meat. So perfect for cochinillo.
Yeah.
Of
So how did you
course.
start your partnership with Boca One Filipinas?
Oh, naku, way back. Si Carlo actually franchise Sumo Sam in Davao.
Oh, wow.
Ganun katagal na. So matagal na kaming magkakilala. And then he started bringing in wines. The first one that I tried from them was the Malbec, the Lagarde. It was so good. My favorite. And then, ayun na, since I opened several restaurants that serve wines, the latest one was Kondwi. Yan, perfect with the chicken, the white.
It's a bit sweet. It's very sweet.
Yung notes niyan, grapes, super good.
Yeah. Okay. So this is perfect with the chicken. You said this is the chicken, right?
Yeah, that is my truffle chicken. That's
Oh, wow.
Those will be the 2 new dishes in the menu. Actually, kasama pati yung beef belly, supposedly. I keep saying it, but it's sold out. And then that white chicken, it's different kinds of mushroom, big chicken with truffle. And then the other one is chicken cacciatore.
Oh my God, you can really taste the truffle. Thank you.
Is it good?
Sobrang sarap.
Hindi pa yan ikaw ang first na nakatikim yan.
Ha?
Ikaw ang first na nakatikim niyang chicken.
Oh, wow, talaga. Cheers. So this is, the pairing for this is the white wine. It's the
Yes.
Toriontes. The Toriontes. Tama ba? Did I say that right? Curiontes. This one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cheers!
Cheers!
Wow! Grabe, no?
Ang social na natin.
Oo na. Ito na ang get-together ngayon.
Ganito na ang ganap. MECQ. And then I'm going to try also
that's chicken cacciatore.
the other chicken.
It's actually good with, any of the wines.
Oh my God, olives ba to? Olives to,
Yes,
makikita ko.
yes, black olives.
That favorite ko ang olives.
This is what actually I love about this altas. Kanina ko lang to na-try itong dalawang to. They're actually perfect for the dishes that I have been making. Especially for Cochinillo, this Cabernet Sauvignon. This is really perfect. Yeah. We'll soon offer this actually. That's why I told Carlo to send us para tayo ang unang trial nitong mga wine pairings na to.
Thank you, Carlo. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Let me try this.
Wow. What can you say about the wine?
Ang sarap nitong itong Cabernet Sauvignon. It's really good.
Smooth. Sarap. Uy,
Perfect
Mark,
with Cochinillo.
Grabe.
We're both eating.
Niluto mo siya kanina. Niluto mo siya. Ikaw nagluto niyan kanina?
Yes, kanina. We've been actually cooking. It's baked. Both of them are baked.
Okay.
We've been testing it for almost 2 weeks already. And yeah, so next week we'll launch it na.
And then where do you sell
ito
it?
din pala, thank you sa mga farm to fork na pinapadala mo sa akin.
Oo, favorite mo yung relleno, di ba?
Super!
Favorite mo yung relleno namin, di ba?
The best.
Alam mo ba, pag nagpo-post ka ng relleno namin, oh my God, lahat ng tao bumibili ng relleno. As in, like, sobrang sarap mo mag-eat. Yung parang every time you post it, as in, like, yun lang ang gusto ng mga tao.
Ito rin naman. This is what I tell my because I was interviewed about me posting, several businesses like yours, and other home food businesses. Sabi nila, lahat ba ng kinakain mo masarap? Sabi ko, of course, wag na tayong maglokohan. Sometimes may dumadating na hindi ganun kasarap. So sabi na, paano mo fini-fake? Sabi ko, hindi ko na fake. Hindi ko na lang pinopost yung eating. I post the stories that, there's a business existing like that. But very transparent ako sa food eh. Makikita mo talaga sa mukha ko kung hindi ako nasasarapan. Kasi I tried that. Parang may dumating na pagkain. I really wanted to help and support. So, alam mo yung, tapos ako nag-edit ng videos dati. Ine-edit ko, kitang-kita sa video na I was faking it. Sabi ko, mahalata, lalo lang masisira yung supposedly tinutulungan ko. So, I just posted a different content for it. So yun lang yung point ko. Ang sarap kasi nung relleno nyo talaga.
Thank you! Ako rin, ako kasi parang bata pa lang ako, recipe na namin yun. So parang ako, pag sinasabi sa akin ng mga friends ko, o sino man nagbumibili ng relleno namin, sinasabi ko nila oh my God, sobrang sarap. Ako naman parang, nothing out of the ordinary for me kasi nakasanayan ko na. But then like when people started saying na yun na masarap siya, I rediscovered it again. I know that everything that you cook are your recipes, diba? These are made from love. Nakikita ko naman kasi pinupost mo yung videos mo, nagluluto ka, nag-bake ka, sobra kang nag-e-enjoy sa ginagawa mo. Would you say that cooking is a passion equal to acting with you? Or is it a greater passion?
I would say, especially right now, I can say cooking. More than acting, but it doesn't make acting, less. I'm less passionate about it. It's just that yun yung natural environment ko ngayon talaga. Kasi, actually, parang hindi rin nga eh. Kasi, there was actually an offer for me to do this project.
Oh,
Um, parang, parang, go na go ako, supposedly for me acting and being in, a series again. It's just that, parang, hindi ko naramdaman na yun yung gusto ng puso ko at kaluluwa ko. These things parang dahil sa nangyayari sa atin ngayon, di ba? Parang kung hindi rin ganun ka na a-affect o na nararamdaman at gusto mong gawin, parang you kind of take it na alam mo na kung anong importante at anong valuable talaga ngayon because of all these things that happened to us.
true.
So,
Food is essential. Food is essential, and acting, sad to say, di ba, parang hindi siya categorized as essential. Eh, yan ang naging trabaho natin, di ba? Our last project together was Second Coming with Jody Santa Maria, our friend Jody Santa Maria. And you had a very good performance there, di ba? Pero I understand what you're saying kasi itong buong quarantine and ECQ, whatever, you're one of really the successful ones when it comes to the food business. But you've always been successful in terms of, restaurants and everything. Diba, ang una kong natikman na pagkain mo, of course, is, yung first restaurant mo is John and Yoko in Greenbelt. Sabi ko, ha? Kay Marvin to? Sobrang social na Japanese. And it was very hip, young, new, very new, diba? How did you get into the restaurant business? Kasi diba, syempre, sobra kang in the 90s, diba? Marvin Agustin, Jolina, Deether, Judy Ann Santos. You were really one of the biggest names in the industry. How did you transition from pagiging artista to being a restaurateur?
People na hindi alam na bago ako naging artista, I was already in the food industry. I was a waiter.
Yes.
Ang galing, yes. I was working in Tia Maria's as a waiter, janitor, bartender, helper sa kusina. But even actually before that, I was a mascot in Shakey's.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
Parang ka pa si Brad Pitt, no? Naging mascot siya ng Polio Loco.
Ganda naman ng Brad Pitt.
Comparison.
Brad Pitt ako sa pagka-mascot. So, exposed na talaga ako sa food industry. And both my sisters, yung middle namin siya kay eldest. Yung isa, sa Shakey's nagtatrabaho, kaya ako yung nauuto niyang mag-mascot. Tapos yung isa naman sa Dunkin' Donuts. So, lahat kami nagtatrabaho sa food industry. Naging Tia Maria's nga ako as a waiter. So, even before acting, yun na talaga yung nakahinatnan kong mundo. Exposure. And then, I got into acting parang an opportunity to change not just my life, but, our family's lives. I grabbed it. I got into show business. I got into acting. And hindi mo malilimutan yung first love mo eh. Nung time na yung kasi talaga, yung restaurant industry, I was 16 when I was working in Tia Maria. So, bago ako nun ma-discover, dapat pag-aaralin ako ng Tia Maria's sa umaga, tas magtatrabaho ako sa gabi. Kasi nakita nila yung determination ko, yung hard work, at saka parang nangihinayang sila na I'm not in school. So pag-aaralin ako dapat nila noon. It's just that nga I got discovered. Kaya nung time na yon, like what I've said, first love, nung nakaipon ako, sabi ko I still want to do food. And, yan, I invested.
Anong branch ka ng Tia Maria's? Ba't di kita nakikita? Tumatambay ako sa Katipunan sa Ateneo.
Teka, ano bang age difference natin?
Huwag na muna natin pag-usapan. Pero anong branch ka na? Anong branch ka ng Tia? Classmate ko si Carlo nung grade school. Carlo Lorenzana.
Ganun ba? Galing. Kaya pala
Mars,
tinanong niya, sino mag-i-interview. Sabi ko,
Mars,
ikaw.
anong branch ka ng Tia Marias?
Alabang.
Kaya
But,
hindi tayo nagkita ever. Kasi
yes.
di ba may Tia Maria sa harap ng Ateneo? So doon kami talaga tumatambay. Kasi sa Tia Marias dati, nagsiserve sila ng ano yun? Yung may
Zombie.
alak. Yun! Zombie! Sa mga estudyante,
Yes.
pwede. Kaya lahat ng mga
Chi-chi.
atenisa, lahat ng mga atenisa doon tumatambay kasi pwede ka uminom.
Margarita. Grabe nang dati. So I was 16 when I started working in Alabang. Di ba, every time you order margarita, a
Oo.
customer can request for you to dance.
Oo.
Grabe, pagod na pagod ako. Kasi kada sasayaw. But I was enjoying every minute of it. As in talagang, siguro kasi 16, yung sabi ng mga katrabaho ko, di ka ba napapagod? It was, it was like a play, like, an adventure for me. And ngayon, kaya hindi ko makalimutan ng food industry eh. Ang saya-saya.
Saka parang training mo na rin siya sa pagiging artista, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba parang
Performance.
ang dami mo rin song and dance.
Yes. Sabi ko nga, halos lahat ng pinasukan ko, lahat sila, involves, me dealing with people.
Tapos nagkaroon ka pa ng group, 'di ba? Kasama mo si Papa Dom tsaka si Rico 'yan. What a
Yes. What a
man. What a
man. Yeah. Grabe. Naalala mo ang lahat.
Oo, nag-research talaga ako. Pero anyway, syempre 'di ba, yung pag-aartista mo, parang bumabalik siya lahat kasi 'di ba parang I got a text from Sir Leo Katigbak. Parang nire-revive yung yung movie niya ni Jolina, yung iconic movie niya ni Jolina. Talk about your iconic movie with Jolina. Kasi 'di ba pag sinabi mong Claudine Rico, pag sinabi mong Diet Claudine, 'di ba? Hindi lalayo yung Marvin Jolina. Loves ko si Babe, 'di ba?
Galing ng
That was
time
such
na
a
yun.
fun movie.
Yeah.
Talk
Nung
about that
time na yun,
movie.
ang saya kasi napunta sa amin ni Jolina yung personalities namin. Yung masayang mga movies, yung kalog na movies. Kasi pag nagkaroon kami ng twin bill,
Oh.
si Rico tsaka si Claudine, Flames yun. That was actually my first movie. And then Jolina and then me. Napunta sa amin yung fun, light movie. Nung dati nung pinag-usapan namin, Jolina, ang hirap ng ginagawa nila. Nag-iiyakan, tayo nagtatawanan lang. May mga drama parts din kami, pero it wasn't that heavy. So, masaya kasi it was our personalities. It was both, it was us. Little kids playing.
Tsaka yung mukha mo kasi noon, nakakatawa talaga. Kahit na yung deadpan reaction,
Hanggang ngayon naman, nakakatawa pa rin itong mukha ko.
Oh, pero sobrang syempre, di ba, sobrang cute mo, sobrang pogi mo. Crush na crush ka Never? Nagustuhan mo si Jolina? Nagkagustuhan kayo ni
Oo
Jolina?
naman.
Nag-kiss kayo sa totoong buhay?
Lagot ka kay Jolina. It was actually the relationship with Jolina. It was, something deeper, definitely deeper than just us working together.
What kind of a relationship was it? Kasi syempre, di ba, sabay kayong sumikat. Grabe rin yung pagsikat yung dalawa. As in, like, di ba, parang the era of the 90s love teams, di ba? So, what was it like being successful with a love team like Jolina Magdangal?
Kasi nung nag-start ako mag-artista, Jolina was Jolina already during that time.
Iconic
so it was,
na siya.
Yeah, it was actually, it was a privilege for me to be working and being, paired with her. 14K, ang TV, buo na yung image at personality niya. It was actually parang accidental yung love team namin noon kasi in one of the spills in ASAP, AP, parang pinagsama kami sa isang spill and we instantly clicked. Parang maganda yung chemistry, yung batuhan namin ng lines. And I was doing gimmick already, yung gimmick the show.
G ang partner mo.
Actually, wala ako
Maylene?
supposedly partner. Kaya, nung time na yon naging Jolina. So, nabuo yung pairings nung show. So, yun. Saya kasi it was work, but it wasn't difficult for us to be doing those scenes together because we were really enjoying them.
Yeah, super saya. I think the 90s, ako nag-aaral pa ako nun syempre. It was really a time when, first time ka talaga ma-expose kila Rico yan, kay Marvin Agustin. Parang yun talaga yun yung mga namin yung mga Daniel Padilla namin, yun yung mga Enrique Hill, yun talaga yung mga Liza na, yung mga Liza namin, mga Julia Barreto namin, sina Marvin and Jolina, Rico and oh my God, talagang mamamatay ako sa kilig yung nung time na yon. Of course, di ba, parang syempre, nagmamature, di ba, nagda-drama ka rin naman, di ba? You went into drama. And of course, you also were very, very critically acclaimed when it comes to drama. What is the thing that you prefer doing? The pa-cute, love team, comedy, or drama?
Both. Parang for me to be able to do both, I was actually, very blessed na nakaka-jump ako from different genres. Pag Jolina na yung gagawin ko, yan na yung light, romantic movies that I would do. We would do drama, pero meron pa ring dramedy. Alam mo yan, may comedy pa din. But I was very fortunate na kasi siguro yung naging unang soap opera ko was with Judy Ann and Angelica Esperanza. So,
yes, with Mami Taro.
Yes, so yung training ko din for drama na-develop. Kaya nagkaroon naman ako ng series noon sa Sandaling Kailangan Mo Ako.
Di ba ito ba OG partner ni Christine Hermosa?
Yes, Christine and Ton G. Tapos Piolo. So, Tessie Tomas, Ronaldo Valdez. Oh, grabe. That was like, yun yung parang, at alam mo, kailan yun? 90s yun, Pero
yes,
yun yung mini-series na once a week, parang Netflix. In-attempt natin na magkaroon ng habitual, by appointment kind of viewing. Kasi di ba, yung soap opera habitual. Something that, it's a habit. You watch every night, same schedule, uwi ka ng bahay, bukas. Pero yung ganung klase na once a week, that's very, very hard to do. And ABS-CBN actually attempted to do something like that. And, grabe yung experience namin with, of course, Olivia Lamasan, writing, the script on the set and us memorizing. It was very hard during that time kasi puyatan. Pero an experience that I will remember forever. Sa Sandaling Kailangan Mo.
Totoo. Naalala ko yun, may mga tulay-tulay pa yun sa Sandaling Kailangan Mo Ako. Naalala ko sa Marvin Agustin.
Yes.
And then of course, parang syempre, everybody naman matures in the industry, diba? And then you sort of like look for other ways to, expand your person, expand your art. You discovered becoming a restaurateur. I keep going back to that kasi syempre, diba, parang would you say that, parang kasi ngayon, the new generation knows you more as somebody who is a food person, somebody who is a restaurateur, somebody who is Cochinillo, ako na nagsasabi, Cochinillo King ka, more than an actor. How do you feel na mas kilala ka ngayon ng newer generation as a very successful restaurateur, a very successful person in the Maria Jolina, Ned. Hello, Jolina.
Hi, Ned! Yan yung name ko sa ano, loves kita, okay ka lang. Sabi,
Anong name mo
name ko
ulit
yon,
doon?
Ned.
Ned!
Shabujoy. Jolina. Dapat pala.
Si Jolina ba, nabigyan mo na ng Cochinillo, Cochi by
Ah,
Marvin?
hindi binigyan. Nag-order na siya twice.
Wow!
Yes!
Support!
Oo. Ay, sobra support ng love team ko sa akin. Kahit yung mga ensaymada tsaka carrot, bumibili yan. At pinamimigay niya.
Okay,
Pinangririgalo
sige,
niya.
mag-order na. Mag-order din ako.
Ay,
So wait,
na.
so Marvs, ano na-feel mo na ngayon, mas kilala ka as a food person, as a restaurateur, rather than an actor? Is it something that flatters you? Is it something that, ay, ba't di na nila ako kilala as a leading man or as a heartthrob? How do
Okay
you feel
lang.
that the newer generation sees you as a successful food person?
Okay lang basta bumibili sila ng mga kutsilyo. At ako mga ensaymada. um, no, actually, it's good. Tulad ng sinabi ko sa'yo kanina, performer ako eh.
Oh.
So this is actually my way of performing to people. Cooking, whenever they reorder, ensaimadas, my chicken barbecue to the cochinillo, it's like them watching my movies or TV shows again. So it feels good. It's actually, I'm thankful na this is a passion and at the same time a business for me, in
Uh-oh.
the middle of pandemic. But I miss acting.
You miss acting?
Yeah, I miss acting. Yun yung sinasabi sa'yo kanina, dapat
Oh.
oo-ohan ko na yung project na gagawin ko
Oh.
supposedly. But it didn't feel right. Parang ino-oohan ko siya dahil gusto ko lang gumawa, not because it is the right project for me.
I understand.
And ganun ko siya kamahal na tumatanda na ako eh. Parang ilang TV shows
Hindi naman
na lang.
halata.
Bukas mag-ahit ako. Para mas bumata ako. Parang,
Alam mo, pag
isip ko,
nakikita nga kita sa Pobla dati, parang sabi ko, "Ay, pwede mo to si Marv sa asin. Hoy, sayang yung Kondwi. Bukas pa ba yung Kondwi? Sa inyo pa yon?
I was supposed to open end of March and
Oh.
na ACQ tayo.
Doon kita last nakita sa Kondwi, 'di ba?
Yes.
Parang that was, I think, the night, parang bagong bukas yung Kondwi.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about
We just
the
operated 3 to 4 months.
Oo nga, 'di ba? Pero kasi maganda yung concept ng Kondwi kasi nasa hiwalay siya sa Pobla area. Lalakarin mo siya. Tapos sa taas may art gallery. So it's really a very beautiful mix of, art and the nightlife. So how did you think of that concept? Kondwi?
It's a passion project. Literally, I dreamt about that project.
Kasi napanaginipan mo?
It's pag sinasabi ko nga, it's a dream project, and literally, I dreamt about it. Parang, one night, parang, I woke up one morning, and yung dream ko that I was working with several artists, and we're all collaborating in a space. And during that time, I was thinking of what to do with that property. And I started calling my friends who are, from different disciplines. And then, sabi ko, yeah, this place would have, culinary, art exhibition space. We'll try to create, good cocktails to pair with the food.
Music. The DJs were so cool.
Music, yes. Pagod na pagod ako noon.
Mga
Kasi,
gari-gari, di ba? Parang, oh my God, sabi ko, wow. Ang ganda ng mix. The furniture, the interiors, meron kang Orlina. Di ba may Orlina? Tapos of course, Leroy New all over. And
Leroy
then
New actually designed most of the furniture.
Okay.
A lot of, actually, all the furniture. And if you see those parang loose chairs that we were using
Yes.
in Kondwi, those are chairs from our old restaurants na sira-sira na I recovered. And during the time of Leroy, when he did the show in Paris, and
Oh.
then I went to Paris, we went to this fabric store and we shopped for fabric. Kaya kung makita mo yung mga loose chairs, they all have different patterns. They're actually from
Oo.
Paris. And
Yun nga
he
yung maganda siya.
designed it.
Mix and match, di ba? Mix and ang ganda ng bar, ang cool ng music, the lighting was just perfect. Tapos hiwalay siya sa busy part ng Poblacion. Tapos parang only a few people know about it, di ba? Parang,
That was a
parang, yeah, that was the intention, di ba?
that was a challenge working with different artists. Kasi parang bursting with ideas and creativity na parang ang job ko noon ay paano ba natin to pagsasama-samahin together and create a good concept. Kaya yung you see there's even a glass man hanging. Leroy design din 'yon. So,
grabe si Leroy, no? As in, talaga ako parang sabi ko, wow, talagang he can make art out of the most mundane materials, di ba? Parang ako parang, wow, I'm just so amazed, di ba?
Yeah.
And he's such a great guy, he's such a fun guy, di ba? Parang wala lang sa kanya, wala lang sa kanya na nagagawa niya lahat ng to, di ba? Of course, Kondwi is a passion project. That's, I think, your latest bar and restaurant. I've never really tried the food in Kondwi, but, you know, the drinks are great, diba? Parang lasing ka na, ang sarap pala, ang saya ng energy ng bar. Masaya yung energy ng bar, but you're really more known as a restaurateur. Yun nga, I said, like, John and Yoko, and then of course, Sumo Sam. Sino bang hindi pa nakakakain sa Sumo Sam? Si Ricky Lee, nilibre kami sa Sumo Sam.
Wow!
Marami nagsusupport sa Sumo Sam. And then your other restaurants, diba? A lot of people don't know that you actually have a lot of restaurants. Like, which are the restaurants that you started and which are the restaurants that you are part owner and owner of?
I remembered yung very first food business that I got into was Mr. Donut. Yes. They got me as an endorser. Sabi ko sa kanila, huwag niyo na lang akong bayaran. Kasi gusto ko talaga matuto magnegosyo. So, they gave me franchise. And that's when I actually learned how to do food business.
Okay.
And then Rice Capades, that was the concept with my sisters, with my two sisters. Different flavors of rice. The first branch was in Pearl Drive. Sa labas ng
UAMP. Kiosk!
Yes, Pearl Drive.
Naalala ko yun. Isa pala yun sa'yo?
Rice Capades. And then, a friend of mine invited me to invest in the restaurant, Oyster Boy, in Araneta Center. Yeah. So, yun.
Patayo pa yun buo pa yun.
Yes. And then, I started developing our own concepts now with my two friends, Ricky and Raymond. So that was the born of Sumo Sam, and then John and Yoko, Marcianos, and then...
Ano yung sa Gateway?
Cafe Tentitas nun yung time na yan. I don't know if you still remember. Yeah, that was our concept with Florabel. But it's not there anymore. And then we started bringing in brands here also from the US. So it was a Teddy's Burger and then Wolfgang Steakhouse.
Oh my God, hindi ko alam yung Wolfgang. Kasama ka doon.
Yes, I opened the Resorts World branch, and then Raymond expanded it to BGC and then Podium.
Okay.
And then I actually got tired of the restaurant industry. That's why, 2016 I left. I went to, I studied filmmaking in New York.
I remember and then
I took digital filmmaking in NYU, and then
so English ka ng English doon.
Ang hirap. Ang hirap i-explain at i-express yung buti na lang actor ako.
Sa Manhattan ka tumira?
Yeah, yes. Hell's Kitchen.
Saan? Midtown?
Hell's Kitchen na.
Hell's Kitchen.
Midtown. Yeah.
Sobrang bongga na ng Hell's Kitchen ngayon. Pero si Hell's Kitchen ka tumira. How long were you there?
I was there for 5 months. I was there when Trump won. we were all devastated. So it was during that time. And then, so parang nung time na yun, kasi nakakapagod ang restaurant, ah.
Oh.
Sabi ko nga, pambata yung restaurant. Kaya nga, surprised din ako. I guess also because of pandemic, wala ka na ibang magawa. That I got really reunited with my first love. Kasi yung Kondwi, hindi naman siya food restaurant eh. It was really an art exhibition space. Kasi nga, pagod na ako mag-food. Nakapagod siya. You're dealing with, several branches. The headache is sometimes unbearable. Alam mo yun, I'm sure pinagdadaanan nyo rin yun minsan. Food cost, labor cost, quality of food, you have to be consistent. It's crazy. So, akala ko, patapos na ako sa food. And then, pandemic. And now, I'm back actually. Parang pino-force akong bumalik lagi sa food. Kahit parang medyo nagsi-step back na ako, ito pa rin. Sa food talaga ako.
Marami talagang bumalik sa food or nag-start mag-food business nung start ng pandemic. We're in a pandemic for more than a year now, di ba? ECQ and ECQ lahat, di ba? Parang a lot of people have really turned to food because food is essential, di ba? Parang syempre, I want to ask you, and this is going to be very helpful for people that, are gonna watch this show or watching this show right now. Ano yung mga natutunan mo in starting an online food business? Kasi diba yung Cochi by Marvin, ngayon mo lang siya sinimulan during the pandemic. Tapos ano yung isa, yung baked goods mo?
Mr. Vin Munchies.
Mr. Vin Munchies, diba? Parang, ano yung mga kailangan kong
si Leroy nakaisip ng pangalan. Yan. Si Leroy nakaisip ng pangalan.
Talaga?
Mr. Vin Munchies.
Palayo mo ba, Vin?
Yes. Some people
call
me
Vin. Hindi ba Jay ang palayo?
Jay. Naglalaro. Kasi Marvin Jay ako eh. So,
Marvin Jay ka ba? Okay. Akala ko Jay ka lang. Tapos, di ba, parang yung mga tao, ang dami kasing gusto mong mag-start ng negosyo from their home. Marami nag-start ng negosyo from their home. Merong mga moderate success, merong mga hindi nag-succeed. Pero kasi ikaw, very successful ka in terms of, the food business, in the online community, within the context of the pandemic, di ba? Marami kaming matututunan sa'yo. Maski kami, may matututunan kami sa'yo kasi diba sobrang successful mo nga na parang maglalabas ka ng mga bagong putahe in the coming weeks. Itong truffle chicken. Diba? What are the things that I can, start with? How much capital do I need? Ano yung mga pwede mong mabigay na tips para sa mga taong gustong mag-get into the food business ngayong pandemic?
I guess I can start with the reality. It's very difficult to get into the food business. But what I would always say, it's not impossible. If it is something that you really want to do, if it's coming from the heart, and if it's something, food is something that you have a relationship with, relasyon. Parang di ba sinasabi ko sa'yo, pilit ko nang parang nagsi-step back at lumalayo na ng konti, pero hindi, I'm drawn back. I'm back with, I guess this is really my relationship with the food industry. It takes focus, dedication, and hard work. Madaling makapagluto ng masarap na dish. But doing it over and over and making it consistent, and it requires discipline. It requires, processes, systems. So, kailangan mo siyang seryosohin kasi ang sarap pag merong nagsabing, ang sarap ng pagkain, wow, I'll order again. And then they get disappointed when they eat
yummy
it again.
Yummy ka daw,
and
yummy ka.
It's different.
Ikaw daw yung yummy.
Wow, thank you. Hindi ako sanay.
Mas masarap ba yung pagkain pag masarap yung nagluluto?
Wow.
Anyway. Ano pa? Dedication, commitment.
Dedication. And then
Gwapo ni Marvin ever since. Ang dami mong fans, ha?
Talaga ba? Ang dami pang nauuto.
Kuya Marvs, gusto. Ayan, gwapo ni Sir. Ang daming, ngayon ko lang nababasa yung comments. So, tapos, ano pa yung kailangan malaman pag mag-start ng food business?
And then food cost is very important. Food cost, stability of supplies, everything actually.
Paano nga pala itong baboy? Kasi kami, hirap na hirap kami maghanap May piggery na kami hog racer kami. So, saan ka nakakakuha ng baboy?
Naubos ko na nga daw yung supply sa Pilipinas ng mga baboy. Tapos hindi ko na daw sila pinapalaki, kaya naubos yung supplies. Pero yung tamang information, may ASF number 1. Hindi po dahil sa akin na may shortage tayo ng baboy. Ako yung sinisisi ng mga tao Kaya
kasi
daw may shortage.
Magaganda yung baboy mo. Kasi kami naghahanap kami. Meron kaming, kasi hog racer din kami, may poultry business din kami. Pero hirap talaga. So ikaw, parang consistent maganda yung baboy mo So,
i-reveal ko na. Kasi nga,
sige, reveal mo na.
Naaway na ako ng mga tao dahil nga sinasabi nila na hindi ko man lang daw hinayaang lumaki at mag-reproduce. Kaya naubusan ng baboy. We're actually noong January, nung hirap na ako sa supplies ng pigs kasi tumataas na yung demand. Sa wine,
Super. Cheers. Wait, hindi. Kailangan natin i-promote ito pa for Carlo. Atlas.
Ang sarap-sarap talaga. I'm actually going to start selling this by next week.
Really?
Yes. I will start with these two. The Torontes and the Cabernet Sauvignon. So, since they're actually best paired with the dishes that I have been cooking and baking, so they will be offered under Secret Kitchen.
This is a bit sweeter. This is like a dessert wine. Am I right? This is a bit sweeter.
Not really. There would be actually, Moscato would be sweeter than this one. This is good with Asian dishes. Kasi di ba Asian dishes very strong flavored tayo, spices, mataas lang salt, yung spices, yung sweetness. So it's actually best paired with this one.
Okay, so this is for Asian dishes, like maybe like your Chinese takeaways and stuff, your Vietnamese, and then your pho's, and all of that.
Yes. Perfect. Anong sinasabi ko? Nalalasing na ako. Ha? Bested Asian. Hindi may sinasabi ko bago
ako
ako
sinasabi tungkol sa sa food business. Di ba na ikaw yung pinapagalitan ng mga tao sa supply ng baboy.
Yes. So, yun yung i-reveal ko. I'm actually, that's not the reason why the reason why I'm using it kasi wala na akong makuhang local pigs dahil nga nauubos na sila. Tapos yung Marinduque, that's where we get most of our pigs before. Pero nag-lockdown sila. So right now, may supplier ako bringing actually, the pigs are now from Spain. So, yes, Bopepor.
Spanyol to?
Yes. ¿Qué pasa?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. So this must be very expensive.
Yes, it is. But we've maintained, our price since may demand kami ngayon. So I was able to negotiate a good price. Kaya hindi ako nag-increase actually ng price.
Because how much orders do you get? Like how many cochis do you get? Like do you sell a day, for example?
Medyo madami-dami.
Like, is it more than 50?
Parang they have to book in advance so they could get slots. Because,
may waitlist ka. May waitlist ka. Parang ang Birkin.
Yes.
So imagine ko nung Pasko, kasi nung Pasko nag-text yata ako sa'yo. So na-imagine ko nung Pasko, grabe talaga, tsaka nung New Year.
Yes, dapat nga magbabakasyon ako nung Pasko. Kaya lang, nag-boom nga yung Cochinillo business at saka yung bake shop, yung Mr. Bean. So parang, parang na-realize ko, how could you leave, you know, something that you've worked hard for and then iwanan mo in the middle of, you know, crazy event. So hindi ako nagbakasyon nung Pasko at saka nung bagong taon. Nandito lang ako sa bahay.
Oo.
Parang
Strike while the iron is hot.
lahat ng mga
Oo.
kaibigan ko, darang na somewhere, parang ako, I can't leave Manila
Oo.
kasi magluluto ako at nag-order yung mga tao. So, I just stayed here.
Pag natapos lahat ng to, saan ka unang pupunta?
I'm actually supposed to go to Singapore.
Oh.
Because I'm doing a campaign with Singapore Tourism Board. Ako
Ay, nakita ko na! Yung commercial mo!
Alam mo, sobra akong na-touch sa Singapore. Kinuha nila akong ambassador.
Di ba nandun din sila Karil? Nandun si
Yes,
Karil, nandun si... Oo,
yes.
nakita ko yung commercial mo sa YouTube.
Victor Anastasio.
Oo.
Tapos, now we're doing several content with Singapore Master Chef, and they're teaching me how to cook chicha. Chicha is an experience on how to experience Singaporean cuisine. Nakaka-touch kasi parang lahat naman ng ito, me getting really into creating food content, nagsimula during pandemic, na parang bigla ako naging influencer. Parang, wow!
Oo naman!
It was very challenging what we were all going through, pero nakakatuwa how, you know, these surprises can open doors during, you know, difficult times. And like sinasabi, I don't like to sound emo, but parang wag talagang magi-give up. Wag talagang panghihinaan ng loob. Itong buhay na to para sa mga malalakas ang loob. If you're living right now, you don't actually need to have, you know, great plans in life. You just need not to give up. You just have to promise yourself you live another day, and tomorrow will be a better day. And it will be, actually.
Cheers to that. Ay, ang ganda nun. Maganda yung sinabi mong yun.
Yeah. Sometimes, wala naman akong plano talaga mag-bake. Wala naman akong plano mag-Cochinillo. I was just actually one, like any of us during pandemic, like pushing hard, trying to make a living, and sige, laban tayo bukas. Ayan. Kaya,
ang maganda for me kasi, parang yung full circle moment mo. Kasi, di ba, parang, of course, I know your history, di ba? I've researched you. Of course, you're also my friend. So, I know that you started out, of course, in the service industry. Also, sinasabi mo nga na you started out in Tia Maria's. I thought you started out in Tia Maria's. Hindi ko alam na nag-mascot ka pa. Di ba? And from mascot...
ACA video din. Naging, family service representative. Alam mo yung ACA video?
Of course, yes. Mga VHS. Ilan taon ka na ba, Marvin? Ilan taon ka na?
42.
Oh my God!
Why?
5 ka pa lang, Char.
No, I'm 42.
So, di ba, parang from that to artista to back to food and restaurant, talagang you were meant to be, you know, like one of the pioneers of the food business. And you would have thought that, you know, the pandemic really, really became a way for you to expand your talents. Diba? Na parang yung mga tao, parang kailangan kong matikman yung Cochi by Marvin. Kaya lang nga may waitlist, diba? Kaya lang pag-iipunan ko siya, ganyan. But you have other dishes to offer in the future. Kasi parang lahat naman ng kakilala ko nakakain na sa Sumusam, nakakain na sa'yo. Everyone has been to your restaurants. Everyone has somehow had a taste of your cooking. Someone has seen your acting. May nakapanood ng movie mo. So marami ka na talagang nag-contribution sa lahat ng tao. From the 90s to 2021. Can you believe it? Grabe yung career mo, di ba? Grabe yung expansiveness ng career mo. And then like when I see you and I see you travel, I see your posts that you're in Paris. I see that you're tasting like all of these delicious food, diba? I wanna ask you, what are the top 3 foods that you like na natikman mo? Top 3. Ano yung 3 pinakamasarap na nakain mong pagkain sa buong buhay mo, sa lahat ng napuntahan mo? Ano yung top 3 na yun?
Oh my God.
Sabi niya, pwede bang 10?
Ang hirap-hirap. You know what? Oh, see, it crossed my mind. Um, the papaya salad in Thailand,
Papaya
and
salad?
this is actually just in the streets, ha? Yung
Oo.
maalikabok na
Pero
hindi mo
good,
alam.
like street food is the best.
Exactly, yung binabayo nila na parang, malinis ba yan? Pero nung
Oo.
nakain ko, oh my God, the best papaya salad ever in my life. I've eaten in, different kinds of Thai restaurant,
Saan siya
high-end,
sa Bangkok? Bangkok?
yeah, sa pagbaba ng isang bus, tapos malikabok na parang iskinita, basta street
Okay.
food. And yeah, well, you'd see that, they're really using fresh produce. Sobrang fresh ng mga ingredients. So that's one. It actually, I just
Number 3,
remembered
papaya
now.
salad. Papaya salad.
And then
Thailand.
um, I would say steak. Medyo
Anong
papatay
cut?
na.
Anong cut ng steak ang pinakamasarap for you at anong klaseng steak?
Papatayin ako ng partners ko dito
Sa
for
kailangan
saying
Wolfgang.
this. Kasi nakainom na ako.
Cheers muna tayo. Cheers muna. Bago mo i-reveal yung cut. Kasi sabi sa akin ni Carlo, ano yung sinabi sa akin ni Carlo na, na masarap na cut ng steak? Pinadala niya ako eh. Sabi niya, it is rumored to be the favorite cut of the Pope. Kasi di ba syempre Italian, Argentina. Ano to? So what is the best cut for you? And what time?
I would say actually this restaurant in New York that I actually really experienced and fell in love with, steak. Kasi tayo dito sa Pilipinas, kung magluto tayo ng steak, talagang we braise, we stew. Kasi naman, ang tigas eh, di ba? Lutuin mo 4 or 5 hours. Peter Luger's.
Peter Luger, of course.
Yes, papatayin ako ng business partners ko for saying that. But, kasi una ko naman kasi natikman yung Peter Luger's. And then, I've tried Wolfgang's when Raymond, my business partner, mentioned that we will be bringing Wolfgang's in the Philippines. So I had to fly to New York and try it for myself. And it was like Peter Luger's. Yeah. See, hirap na hirap akong magsabi na it is actually better. Because it is actually Wolfgang's, Wolfgang's, the name of the brand of the restaurant.
Akala ko si Wolfgang's, siya rin si Wolfgang Petersen. Iba pala yun.
No, Wolfgang's Zwiener is the brand behind Wolfgang Steakhouse.
Right. Yeah.
He worked in Peter Luger's for 40 years as a waiter. Kaya sabi ko, they copied Peter Luger's. Well, it was actually kind of intentional because when he was retiring, the kid said, "You're too young to retire, so let's make you a restaurant." And then he said, "All I know is steaks." So they opened Wolfgang Steakhouse in Manhattan. Peter Luger's actually not in Manhattan, di ba? So
Yeah,
they opened so to make it convenient for tourists like me. So they opened in Manhattan. So they have actually several branches in Manhattan. So Porterhouse is what
the best cut.
because it has filet mignon and sirloin. So you get 2 different cuts in. That's our T-bone steak.
Naubos mo ang Porterhouse.
Nung mga unang travels ko sa New York, yes. Ay, hindi ko
Kasi di ba pag
share.
nakakaubos ka ng Porterhouse dito sa Pilipinas, oh my God, sobrang patay gutom mo naman. Parang
Wala akong pakialam.
pero kasi ako, bilib ako na nakakaubos ng Porterhouse. Parang sabi ko, wow, what else can you finish? Parang ganyan. Porterhouse is the
What
best cut
else?
for you.
Yeah.
Porterhouse is the best cut for you.
Because you get to really taste the meat.
Yeah.
The reason why ribeye steak, ribeye, was very popular here in our country because during that time, we don't get to have the best porterhouse. May
Mm.
vacuum kasi sa Hong Kong and Singapore. They get the best ones there.
So,
And
napupunta sa kanila, oo.
yes, the best ones. And Wolfgang's USDA Prime, supposedly we can't actually get that because only 1 to 2% of all the cows in America is USDA Prime. Only 1 to 2%
1 to 2% only, okay.
of all the cows in America is
Oh my
USDA
God,
Prime.
that's a very small percentage.
We get that because we fly in on a weekly basis meats from the US. Lumilipad yan weekly. So, it's never been frozen and we put it in a dry aging room. So, yan yung process. So, porterhouse is the best for me.
Porterhouse is the best for you. So we have the papaya salad and then we have the porterhouse from Peter Luger. Number 1 for Marvin Agustin, Cochinillo King is...
Number 1, I like lechon. And
Up here!
and you know what? Zubushon.
Zubushon.
Zubushon is my favorite lechon. Alam ng Zubushon yan. Every Christmas dati, I would order 20 to 30 pigs that I bring home here from Cebu to Manila. Nung wala pang Zubushon sa Manila. To friends. That would be my Christmas gifts to friends. Yes. So, Zubushon is my favorite lechon. Of course, Rico's lechon.
Of course, nakatikim na ako ng Zubushon. Di ba meron siya sa airport, sa Cebu, and everything. Yeah. But I've always thought of it as a newer brand. Di ba? Parang mas hip siya, di ba? Parang lahat kasi naman talaga sinasabi, parang, ano ka ba, Rico's, ganyan.
Masarap Rico's. I love
Rico's. Masarap talaga Rico's,
di ba? Spicy lechon. Ano pa ba yung isa? Yung sa Cebu, yung they chop it. It's like it's like their market.
House of Lechon.
House of Lechon. And then there's another one yung parang Karkar.
Karkar, oo.
Yes. So, alam mo, nung unang travel ko sa Cebu at nakakain ako ng lechon, parang it changed my lechon experience. Kasi yun yung I appreciate the lechon here, crispy skin, pero yung flavor, kulang yung flavor sa laman eh. Nung nagbiyahe ako sa Cebu, parang oh my God! Talagang amazing experience. That's why hindi ko malilimutan ang flavor at lasa ng Cebu lechon. That's why when I created, Cochinillo, yun yung nasa utak ko. That flavor should come out to what I am offering to people.
Tsaka isasaw mo lang siya sa suka, di ba? Parang solve ka na.
Sarap.
Lechon is also my favorite food in the world. Anywhere you go in the Philippines, di ba? May lechon bacolod, may lechon... Iba-iba ang lasa ng lechon kung saan...
Sarap din yung bacolod,
probinsya ng Pilipinas, di ba? Sobrang sarap. Pero, syempre,
may
lechon is...
Ano yung... Batuan.
Oo.
Batuan all up. Ang sarap.
So, Marvin... Jay, ano yung mga aabangan namin sa'yo? Kasi syempre, di ba, we're back in lockdown. Like, people don't feel safe going out. So, they're gonna order in. Means more business for you and for entrepreneurs like you, di ba? Maraming nag-follow sa'yo, sumusunod sa'yo. Parang gusto nila to achieve the same kind of success as you. I think what I learned from you is really to have the best partnerships with people. Like, I would never think that I would pair lechon with like the altas and like all of these things, diba? Parang it's something that I would never have thought of, diba? It's something that I would think na, ay, gagamitin ko lang yan pag Pasko, or like yung Cochinillo, mag-order lang ko yan pag birthday or Pasko and everything. But this is something actually that you can order on the weekend, like pag-share sa pamilya, diba? Parang once in a while, dahil sa pinagdaraanan natin, we deserve to eat well. And I think, the best way to live life is really to eat well. And you are one person that exemplifies it. I just go to your Instagram page and I watch you eat. That's so satisfying to me. So, kung sarap kumain na yung lalaking to, grabe, I don't care. Parang pinapunod ko lang sa kumain. Parang that for me is very,
cathartic. Pag ang taong masarap kumain, masarap panoorin. Kaya naiengganyo yung mga tao. So, ang sarap mo padala ng pagkain, di ba? So, ano yung mga pwede mong sabihin sa mga nagko-follow sa'yo na abangan nila from you?
Yeah, I'm actually very busy since ito na yung closest to acting performance that I can do. I'm from Pampanga, and I love our tocinos from Pampanga. So I'm actually creating my own homemade tocino that I'll be launching that. But other than the food creations, I'm actually starting to brainstorm with some groups and people that I want to discover food and stories from different places in the Philippines.
Wow.
I actually want to discover and know more about where I am from Pampanga. I am actually writing now about the things that I want to learn more about where I came from, which is Pampanga. Soon, when it's safe to travel already, I'll go and discover Pampanga more, and I will document that, and I want to show about the place and how I will discover, my roots and why I love food.
Maganda yung idea na yan,
Yeah.
As in, like, you go from province to province. Tsaka you'd be the perfect host for it. Like I said, you're a great eater. Masarap ka kumain. Tama ba yun? Great eater. And I wanna thank you for, I know that you said like 9 o'clock, parang sabi sa akin ni Marvin kagabi, yung 9 o'clock, parang 12 o'clock na yan sa akin. Kasi syempre, buong araw ka nagluluto, di ba? I want to drink with you soon in person. Pag sana magbukas na yung Kondwi, wag mo siya isasara,
No,
Nasa
I
naman
won't.
yung list, di ba?
Yeah, I won't. In fact, di ba, I told you I was supposed to open end of March. All the dishes that I'm actually creating right now here at home, they will soon enjoy that with a beautiful ambiance and to be paired with great cocktails and wines. So soon we will open Kondwi. And actually,
Yes.
I want to thank you for remembering Kondwi. It's something that
Lasing ka na kasi noon, hindi mo na maalala na sayawan tayo.
oo nga. Sobra.
Diba,
Hindi
sumasayaw
naalala.
tayo sa Garibi, di bali na lang. Ikaw talaga hindi mo na naalala. Pero salamat sa aming tanghalian bukas. Maraming salamat sa Cochi by Marvin. If you wanna order Cochi by Marvin, all you have to do is Marvs.
Go to my site, my IG. You'll find different links to order, my Mr. Vin Munchies, my Cochinillo, and yan. And actually, it's not there yet. You're actually the first person to try that.
I love this. So super
Thank you. So you'll find all the links there. The pre-order, advanced booking, and on-demand. I have also the secret kitchen, which is my cloud kitchen that I'm experimenting.
Masasali ako dapat dyan, di ba?
Yes. I want to encourage and help more food, people like you to, develop concepts. Kasi we need good food concepts, especially at this time. So
what I like about Marvin is apart from the fact that he creates all of these dishes for the public to enjoy, he also promotes a lot of our very small and medium scale food partners in his Instagram, in his social media. He's very generous. You're very generous. Kasi maraming taong parang, di ba, pag may sarili akong negosyo, parang bakit ako mag-promote ng iba? But Marvin is a different kind of breed of, food connoisseur because he helps people. Parang pinopromote niya talaga lahat ng ibang food people in the business to promote their businesses also. So he's very generous. So maraming salamat for all the times that you helped us with our business. Every time you post talaga, tumataas yung sales namin, yung mga tao talaga.
Wow,
Mas
nice to
iba
hear
yung
that.
influencer ka na talaga, Marvin Agustin. Influencer ka na.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you, Carlo, Lorenzana. Thank you to
Thank you.
Boca,
Juan.
Boca One, Filipinas. Cheers. Salamat. Good night.
GC, thank you very much. And keep inspiring and keep entertaining us.
Naubos mo yung bote?
Almost. Ang pula-pula ko na.
Oo nga. Cheers.
Thank you. Ingat ka lagi.
Thanks, Marvs. Good night.
Good night.